Just that I'm hearing so much gunshot outside and people running back and forth. Oh, okay. Oh, honey, at least about 30. Yeah. Oh, all around, I hear the feet running back and forth around the corner. Okay. She says they've gotten many calls on it already. She was asking me how many shots that I heard. I said at least 30. They've gotten, yeah, that's why they were taking so long to answer. They've gotten many calls already. Everybody's probably ringing them. Hey, come get these crazy fools. Where do they get the weapons?
Don't ask, please.
Well, baby, they better hurry up and get here, or I'm gonna be late for work. Because you think I'm going out there, you're crazy.
Why is there so much violence?
Violent times. What can I tell you? That's how, what can I say to you? There's so much wealth for so few, and so many people that come in and it's street life. Hear the police? It's a street life. These people out here selling drugs, and to them that is a job. That's a 9 to 5. Hear them? And it's a way of life. And you just have to be careful not to be caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. We all can't live on Sutton Place. Oh, wow, that's what I gotta do. Put the tape on, Jan.
Yeah, I want to see.
I want you to get me walking, so you'll have me done up in that costume. You understand what I'm saying? So you'll have me done up in that costume.
Yeah, okay, great.
I don't care about the whole thing. I don't care what they say. I want to see me in some kind of production piece one time. Now, where was I? Oh.
Okay.
Nail 9 and 10.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
what was that?
Let's see.
Oh, that's okay. See, I like that. I'm giving it to you.
Sitting right there, darling.
Love that music. Oh, baby. They had a time getting that collar up on me. All those feathers. I love a ball.
I can get all those different color feathers on.
Alright. But it was gorgeous.
But like I said, though, you did a very good job on your outfit. It's very pretty.
Oh, she's my girl. She's good competition.
Uh-huh.
I always love it when we compete.
That's the part that you won, right? You won that one?
I lost. Oh, well. Can I tell you?
Who won that one?
Davis won.
That's
yeah.
twice?
Twice what?
That's...
Well, I won last year. I won the last 3 years. We're tied back up now.
3-3?
No, it's 4-4.
4-4?
Dorian, did you make some comment about the competition between you and Avis? About the competition between you and Avis?
Oh, we compete every year there. We compete a lot of places. She was at Fire Island too with me. We always compete. We're
Say Avis.
friendly. Avis and I. Avis and I, we always compete. We usually end up competing against each other at these larger balls where productions are carried on, and we're like friendly enemies. You know, we're in dead earnest competition on that stage, but we're still friends. You know, if she needs a lift there, I'll take her. If I need a lift, she'll take me. She won. She won at that ball. Of course, I think the judges were blind, but she won. Excuse me, honey.
We got my eye cold.
Let the bird by. Yuck. Hack. Wop. 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 Bam. Boom. Jam. Wham.
Throw down, just jam it right inside.
The magic ingredients of a beautiful face.
Oh gosh.
All the magic ingredients of a beautiful face.
I'll be alright.
If I get a chance, I might be able to do my heels at the club. What's wrong?
I'm just tired, that's all.
Yeah, you're getting bad. Don't forget to take, you ain't got to take more coffee medicine, do you?
No.
Good. Television is not even television. Television is mother and father. We've become a TV race. You grow up on television. You learn from television. Nobody reads books anymore. When I was a child, I had a whole bookcase full of books. I don't even know anybody nowadays who's read the standards that you were supposed to read. Moby Dick, David Copperfield, Treasure Island. I used to collect L. Frank Baum books. I had 13 of the Oz books before I departed home to go to college. I wonder if they're still there. If they are, they're worth some money. I think I'll write Mother and tell her to send me my books. I think what it is that, not putting TV down, but as I recall, when you read a book, you've got to create your own scene. You've got to take the words and use your imagination. Television does that for you. The sets are there. The characters have faces. Everything's laid out. All you do is enjoy the action. So then when you turn the TV set off, and it comes time to apply that gray matter and that imagination to creating something, you can't. You have to grow up very fast in the city to survive. I came here at a late age, and I'll be damned if I almost didn't survive. So I know that you have to grow up fast if you live here, and especially if you're in the gay community or in the gay life, because it's not easy. No matter what rule you apply to racism, bigotry, to the gay situation, the same rule applies to all of them. It's merely a question of ignorance, of not knowing the subject you're not liking, of not understanding what makes them tick, and therefore not wanting to be bothered. And it's passed on. You're told something about that sort of people, not to bother with them, and you don't. I think that's why New York, in a way, and the West Coast also, has a very large gay population. Whereas if you go to Kansas or Middle America, you won't find that quantity because of the urban attitude. When you live in a big city, you are so busy trying to survive that you really don't have too much time to just like anybody. Oh, come here, my little fuzzy bonnet. Let me see if we can get you on over all this hair. I think for 19, I'm lovely, right? Not bad for 29 either. Not even bad for 39, right? Not even bad for 49, right? So, you know, I'm tearing it up for 50, right? I've never been there. I hear it's a lovely city. Paris Dupree. Paris is an enigma. Paris has so many personalities that if you ask 5 people to describe Paris, you get 5 different answers. A very talented person. But an introvert. For all of their extrovert actions and whatnot, they're really an introvert. And like anyone else who's been called a legend or professes to be a legend, who has been labeled with this title, they've got a hard road to hoe to keep it up. And once they call you a legend, you know it's not easy. You have to always be prepared for that, or find a way to cleverly sidestep it, which Paris is very good at, because they're always expecting you to perform or to be right there on the scene or to be in the spotlight. And of course, you can't always be in prime form. You don't always want to be. Sometimes you just want to sit back and see what the other Joe is doing. I feel like an old wall needing replastering.
Could you say something about your opinion of his personality or your perception?
Well, my perception of Paris. I think that Paris is a hungry person. A person who is talented and hungry. Hungry for not having quite found the right niche, the right place. I think that somewhere there's a position, a place in life where Paris could really shine, could really give out all he's got to give, and I don't think he's found it quite yet. And until he does, it's a conflict of personality is going on inside of him, that an enigma. What can I tell you?
Paris, like I said, is more to himself and very protective of his realm around him. And he does not allow kids to get close to him unless he wants them to. You know, I don't want to talk too much about Paris because me and Paris grew up together and we're very close friends. And I don't want to lose that friendship because I might say something that he will take wrong and then there'll be confusion. And I don't want to have that with him. So, you know, I'm not going to say but so much about Paris because I love Paris. Like I said, me and Paris I've known Paris longer than I knew Dorian. I've known Paris longer than I've known Avis. We both came from Edgecombe Avenue. Me, Paris, and Asia, we grew up together. And,
Did you go to school together?
no. Paris and Lynette went to school together. I went to Catholic school. They went to public school. Paris and I got closer in later years, like from the staircase days, like 78, 79 until now. We got to know each other much more because I had already started going to balls. And the first ball that Paris came to and won, Paris wore an outfit that I had wore. I had wore a solid mirror gown with a mirrored line and a balloon coat. And there was a ball that I went to when They had grand prize for gowns, and they had grand prizes for dresses. And I walked for the gown category, and I won grand prize. And Paris walked for the dresses, and he happened to make a mirrored dress, like my mirrored gown, but it was a dress, and a balloon coat, but it was a coat to the knee, and it wasn't to the floor like mine. And I complimented him on it, and he was worried that he wasn't going to win. I said, you're going to win, and he did win. And we've been close ever since then. But he started like maybe 4 or 5 years after me going to balls. My first ball I went to, I didn't win. My second ball, I got grand prize.
What year was that?
Oh, now. Ooh, like 60, 67, 68. No, it was 67, because 68 I got the first big trophy at Barbarella's ball. That was the 8-foot grand, which looks something like this 13-foot trophy back here. That one part that you see there, the 8-foot grand was on that order. It was red and gold. That was the first big trophy ever given. Between me and Dorian, if with our ideas and with Dorian's creativity, we're not to be stopped, you know, really. When it comes to outfits and all of that, they really don't want it. Because Miss Dorian is a miracle worker. She can, things that I think of that I don't think can be done the way to do it properly, she can do it. If I come to Dorian and say, well, Dorian, I want this collar to sit this way and do this, she would say, well, no, you can't do it that way. You have to do it this way, and it'll sit better that way. And when she finishes and when I finish, very rarely it has happened that I've come to Dorian and she's made me an outfit and I didn't win. Very, very rarely. I can't really remember a time that I've lost in one of her outfits. Of course, I know there's been a few times that I've got first. But then again, that's very rare. That outfit that I wore the gold one, Dorian made it in no more than 5 hours. Like I tell you, she's like a witch. She has a magic wand, and that's that sewing machine. She's done it for me many times. The Cleopatras that I did both times, Dorian made those outfits. The first time I did it, I was at the ball and she was home sewing. When it was grand prize time, my outfit came to the ball in a cab, and I didn't even know what it looked like. I just knew what the drawing looked like, but I didn't see the finished product till it got to the ball, and I put it on and walked out and won. That's one of the first balls that I came to in boys' clothes and had them wondering which way I was going to walk. That was a fabulous feeling, too. It was buzzing all over the ball. Which way is it walking? Is it walking? Oh, I lived. But I didn't let them know I was living. You know, I acted very plain, but it was over. They just fed me. The whole night through, they fed me. The more they talked about me, the more I lived. And when I went downstairs, no one really knew I was downstairs except my very close friends. And they went downstairs and I got dressed. And when I came upstairs and when I came outside and came in, the way that people greeted me, I knew I had accomplished something thanks to Dorian. I think I'll take my white military outfit over there, my haute couture over there, my gold and black that I just wore. And one more piece that I'm going to keep a secret because no one's seen it yet because it hasn't been made yet. It's up in here. But that one I might save until the next big ball, Paris's. I think I'm going to walk at Paris's again next year. I want a ball to come where I can meet Tennille, Duchess, Dorian, Avis, Paris, Crystal, whoever else, all of them. I want us all to get out there. I thought it was going to be Sunday, but they all punked out, except for Tennille. She should have. But I just want, a ball where all the so-called big guns can clash so I can spank them just one more time. Then I'll retire. But they're afraid of me. I don't know why. Only Pepper. Nobody.
I don't like the House of Pandavas. I love the House of Pandavas for the fact that Avis is the means of support, which means that she's the second mother in my life.
She says I'm trying to rule the house. I don't think so. I'm just trying to, make standards for the house. You know what I'm saying? She says if they're a nice person or they have a nice personality, then she'll let them in, We can't just accept anybody because children just want to be in the house for the name. And it's not all about a name. It's about, walking balls and winning and turning them out in the whole service. I feel if you're in the house and then you're not doing anything, I think you should be booted, you know what I'm saying?
You know, each house has its seedy children too. You know, you have a basement and then you have the top of the house. Some houses are mansions and some of them are little shacks. I could mention a shacky house, but I'm not going to do that because that would be seed.
I've been through it. I went with them. I was an extravaganza. Because I said something about extra dragons. So she slapped me because I said that. And you know how I get when people touch my face. I went tick tick boom on her. Really? Said y'all never will be an extravaganza again. I'm not bothered. It's just a house. It's not paying my rent. It's not putting food on my table. It's not putting clothes on my back. It's just a house.
I don't hang out as much as I used to. I don't go to clubs like I used to. I don't even really go to the balls the way I used to. Because I just can't be bothered with all the shade. I'd rather be with the person that I love than to be around hypocrites and criticism and their evil little ways and their comments. If your belt isn't on right, like as far as mother, father, and sister, and brother, and gay sister, and stuff like that in the house. That's just the group names. That's not really something you could say that's really true. They're not really any real family. Which is why I've stopped hanging out.
I don't think that the houses are as strong as they could be. They don't know it, but they could really do quite well for themselves. They could pool their resources. They could build a substantial house. They could even buy a house. Then they'd have a house for the house. Which most of them will need. But they don't think that. You know, these are very young children. Street children. Children who are growing up. New York is full of nothing but street children.
Okay, my name is Saul Williams, and I'm also a member of the House of Pendarvis. And I reside in East New York section of Brooklyn. And I'm also a competitor and a participant of the fashionable balls that's going on in the city of New York. A lot of people look down on the military because they feel that the people are just using the military as a way of saying, I'm better than you. But it's not saying that I'm better than you. It's saying that I am somebody, opposed to, what you can do for yourself. Anyone in these days they always have the option to say yay or nay. Okay, if you want to make something out of yourself and you feel that your career goals lay in being something constructive, then you have the option to say, well, look, if I can't go to school, if I'm bored with school or whatever, you can go into the military and you can build a profession. Okay, whereas out here, if you go to school, you can go to school for 10, 20 years, and you'll still be in school for 10 to 12 years. Whereas in the military, they'll train you for your profession, they'll uprate you as an individual, they'll teach you responsibilities, they'll teach you discipline, and you more or less, you can tell yourself that this is life. There's more to life besides being, a recipient of, everyone else who's supporting you. And I feel that life revolves around more than just saying, I can get. Being a military personnel, you have a means of, I'm not going to say manipulating because that sounds very, harsh, but you have a way of projecting an image, well, I'm a decent person, and if I can do it, and you can look at me and I'm still living in the same neighborhood, working every day, then you as an individual, you can do it also. And to be able to say I am free, not being an American as well as being black, that I feel that being an American as well as being black, I owe it to myself to prove that, I as an individual can make something out of myself. My duty to the country, as everyone would say, is to defend at all times. And me as an individual in my upraising, I feel that I owe it to the country because they supported me as well as an individual to become the Saul that I am today.
I'm Marcel Christian. I'm in the House of Christian. I've been in the House of Christian for 10 years. And the father of the House of Christian, his name is Erskine Christian, and it's a lot of houses, they take names like Dior or Saint Laurent, and they take other people's name. But the House of Christian, it's a real house because the father's name is really Erskine Christian, and that's kind of important. Okay, I write these booklets for the ball. They call idol sheets. And the idea of them is they're not scandal sheets or they're not gossip columns. They're idol sheets because they are meant to be read at the ball, if you could read them at the ball, those hours before anything starts. So it's like idling your time away. That's the concept of it. It's like you and I sitting down holding idle conversation before the ball. So I try to write more conversationally rather than technical or anything like that. You understand? Right. Okay, one section of this idle sheet is the degree of house existence. That means there are 4 stations of houses. Houses legendary, houses in existence, houses near extinct, and houses extinct. The houses legendaries are those houses that have active current membership. And those houses are the House of Lavasia, which has 26 current members, the House of Dupree, which has 18 members, and the House of Christian, 16 members. Also, the House of Pendarvis has to be mentioned in that because it's a very active house, too. House of Extravaganza, the House of Ebony, Princess, those are all legendary houses because they are still functioning. You know, they're still very active. Now, the houses near extinction are those houses that 1 or 2 members might come every other 5 balls. Their names are mentioned, you hear them, but they're not really active. A lot of times these houses are in the house and at the ball, but they don't get up, they don't walk. It might be 9 ninjas in the house, and 1 person might walk throughout the whole ball. Those houses near extinct are the Danka, Dior, Corey, Ninja, and Lloyd. I don't say Overness because Overness is going on its way sort of up because it's a new house, but it still has, now it has a lot of members. When this was wrote, it only had 3 or 4. Now it has a whole full house, so it could probably be known as a full standing house.
Could you read the names of the houses extinct?
Okay, the houses extinct are Cameo, Diamond, Echelon, John Dell, Lakins, LaMay, Mahogany, Plenty, Votique, and Grace, because those houses do not come to the balls anymore at all. The members have dispersed. Somebody will come to the ball and say, I'm from the house of Cameo, but how many people are left from the house of Cameo? Might be 10, but you don't hear from them. You just don't hear from these people. They don't come out.
Why not?
Because they're, I don't know, I like I say, houses extinct, they just become extinct. They just didn't stick in there. But for the listing of houses, it's a house, but it's not active, it's not doing anything. Those people are not even around. Most of these people don't even ever come to the balls. Okay, this is part 1 of Idol Sheet 2, and it's called the ABCs of Dragballism. This is going to be like a skip ABC of definitions of terms related to the drag ball, the marathon circuit. Okay, now, with A, if you do not have the ability, do not walk in any category ever. It only makes the ball longer. In ballism, you must exhibit much ambition or you will fail and never be legendary, which is the height of the dream. And if your attitude is not there, why even attend the ball? Do you know Andre Christian, Angie Extravaganza, and Arms Pendarvis? Legendary Arms, ex Omni Pendarvis? B, a drag ball is a miniature temporary fantasy. Everybody loves the Bangy Boy scene because those guys are almost real. And the best body is always a choice more so to look at. Business wear means business wear and all the paraphernalia that goes with it. The slick dark suit, the sharp tie and shirt, the briefcase, its contents, the look. Butch queens do not wear women's clothes unless the category runs Butch queen, first time in drag. Okay, I'll C, D, E, F. Okay, F. A true face is a vision of perfection to be looked upon once, twice, thrice, forever. Fashion is primarily the game of the name in ballism. A femme queen has a beautiful or real woman's face and presents the unspookable illusion of born femininity. Ball fever cannot be described, it can only be felt. Futuristic indicates the fashion to be worn after the year 2000. Now that's the letter F. Let's go into H. H. Haute couture simply means high fashion in the most exquisite form. Harlem is the birthplace of dragballism. I, J, K, okay, L. L. Luscious refers to looking like a lady's body. To some people, legendary means having won 100 trophies or more. To others, it means only 50 trophies or more. Then some say an upcoming personality has anywhere from 15 to 50 recognition. Who determines the number? Only the gods. In any case, a person can only be legendary until their last day because a legendary body is still living, whereas one has to die to be a true legend. Legendary is an ongoing process having to do with life, and legend means dead. Sorry. Also, if you're not legendary and happen to be a loser, don't argue with the judges and make a commotion. Just leave the stage gracefully, and in that way you win. Need I mention La Beja, Lakins, La May, La Wang, Lloyd, the houses of M, N, O, P, Q. The word quasi means to have likeness to something else. This term describes the essence of dragballism. A drag affair is very much like a grand mixture Broadway play, a Hollywood movie, and a Las Vegas production. Think about that. What is a queen? Well, a queen is a person who is very nice and wants to be loved and understood and be left the fuck alone quick. A queen mother is usually the head of a house matron or one of a number of some older matrons who've paved with blood, sweat, and tears and makeup the very highways you young girls are so liberally wearing your dresses and high heels throughout. R. Realness means to be unspookable and proud of it. Realness is a quality, a look, an emotion. No one can tell. Why worry? Perhaps you were born that way, perhaps not. But nonetheless, here you are in your no telltale appearance, fooling everyone, even yourself. You will win the trophy because you are superbly real. To vogue means to execute a series of precision movements. That is a diverse combination of the Egyptian profile, a square framing of the face with rigid hands, a slight knee-bending walk, and modifying arm swishes. It culminates with making bodily triangles and contortions on the floor. So now you know how to vogue. That is, if you can read.